Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Timberborn. I'm Lavender Mama, and this is the Lavender Tower. Now, this truly unique map, I think, is going to be quite a bit of a challenge for us. How do you think we can do? Well, let's jump in. All right, so let's take a peek at what we did last time. We are in, I want to say it was a 28-day drought. We did have a bit of an issue here where I had this set too high, of course, and then we contaminated our reservoir. So smart, I know. It is up to 5%, and this poor little bad pumper here is not keeping up with that. So we are going to have to throw some more bad water pumps in here and see if we can't get that taken care of. Because that's a problem. We don't want that in this to condense and turn into a big mess for us. Also, once I was done with the last episode's recording and I took all my screenshots and closed everything out, walked away from the computer, I realized, oh my gosh, we are not dealing with the folktail large water wheels. We are dealing with the IronTeeth large water wheels that has this big pokey bit that has to have some place to go, which theoretically, yes, it could just go on the path. But the other thing is we didn't allow enough over in here for a vertical shaft to come up from this layer to that layer and connect to these water wheels. So we are going to have to fix that as well. That means every successive layer below this one has to have one more width in order to accommodate that power thing. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to come in here and we are going to delete all of this. I know we already had some stuff in there, so we're going to have to give them time to pick that up. I'm half tempted to just kind of flop down a little storehouse over here because most of this is extract. So we just need a little tank. How much can one small tank can only hold 15? That one will hold 60. Where can we stick that quick? That they will be able to use it. I need to put the ceiling. I need to get rid of the ceiling. So let's do that quick. Let's go to this layer, I think. Maybe, nope, that's still not going to get us there. I need that out of my way so that I can see while we do this stuff. Can I go ahead and just put it... I was trying to go for someplace close, but... whatever, we'll just throw it right there. And we will say extract and extract. I also, while I'm at it, I'm going to put in a tiny long warehouse right here for explosives. All right, and we are going to set these, that one to obtain. These ones we are going to just let them do their thing. I'm going to high prioritize those so they go ahead and they build those first. And then that'll mean all the picking up of all of this will be a little bit easier. I also know that we are struggling with our explosives production because I believe our power is down by a considerable amount. Yeah. So let's, that's to 26. I'm going to pause the number cruncher right now because we have 5k science and we're not really using it for anything at the moment. If we do that, that puts us under. Okay, cool. And then if we look at the explosives factory, there's no one in the explosives factory. What is going on here? It's not paused. Give me a second. Did one of our mods get... Well, anyways, let's get going so that we can kind of... there we go. I'm gonna take that one off. I think that one's what's screwing us up. We will go ahead and we will just have them make as much as they can. These guys apparently aren't getting enough. Is it nighttime? It is nighttime, that's why. Okay. All right, so we need to come back over here and take a peek. We're gonna have to get down into this area. So let's stick a staircase in there so that we can get to there. I also am thinking, like, why don't we... Down here's all of our stuff. Let's just... That was weird. I don't know why it did that. Let's just... Boosh, boosh. Maybe we just did... Oh, come on, game. Let's put it there instead for right now. And then if we connect up this path, we'll have to take this tree out. And that tree out. Really, we kind of like want all of the trees out. We don't need any of these trees up here. We actually don't need that staircase right there. Let's just connect this one to that one. And then we'll connect that one to that one. Hopefully that should get them enough. Not quite. That's like 30. What did we have over here? 33. So they'll have to pick up some of that and take it back to like the normal area. That was weird. How did he use that stair? There was a stair right there. Okay, so we are gonna have to like jog everything this way by 1, which means that we are going to have to we can't do that. We'll have to demolish this and then we can fill it in, and then we can do the thing. All right, so the lobbies are gonna have to come out to... We were going to be putting our... So this is our turn the corner space. Right here is where we have that original wall that I took out. I don't think I took that off on camera. I think I took that out after I realized I messed up and I came back and I was looking at it again. So... All right, so this one's winding this way. It's going to come back out here. Right there's... Oop, nope, right here is the end of that section. Okay. The water has stopped. Water has stopped. What have we got for contamination? 9%. Why does it feel like the contamination is getting stronger? We've only lost like a half a tile of water in there between pumping and evaporation. But it seems like that's a little stronger than it was supposed to be. Okay, we are gonna need one more. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, so here was where we needed to figure out. We want One more here. Oh, hold on a second. We need to not have them build this. For right now. They could build this. Let's undo this guy and have them start that. Okay, we need that there. Then we need 1 and 1 there. Wait, pause that guy. I'm trying to figure out what we need to do here. This one has to come out. And this one has to come out, so it's the same. Ooh, 29. Oh, did we? 30? Did we get our big monument built? Let's pop up a couple layers and see. We did. Look at that. The Flame of Unity is covering our whole entire housing area. And like the main housing complex area. That's awesome. End of working time. Okay, I need to okay. Yes, I do understand what I'm doing. So this level needs to come down 1, right? Because this is where those power the power pole PC things, the power needs to connect to here. Okay, then the rest of this is gonna come down 2. I kind of would like to like get an idea of what we're doing here before this so 1 there, then we come out, wrong thing, then these ones are 2s and we've got 2 rows of that, right? And then we skip 1 and that's our path or the place where we put whatever. And then we have another 2 rows of 2. So then it's gonna be there. Then we need to come in and we need to put levees along here. Because it's gonna come down here, go around, and then come back down. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to kill the... So it aligned. Here's our first row with our connection to... wait a second. Not that one. And right there is where that needs to end. Okay, so now if they would just get these 2 trees out of here, we'd be able to connect up the path and they'd be able to run from this from the industrial area up to there, even though we do have some stuff right here. Okay, so that's where our last water wheel ends. We do need that out of there. We need that one and that one. Right? We have a hole down here that we might need to drop into. I want to keep it too wide all the way along there because I don't want it to like... maybe don't... Oh, I just don't know enough about the water falling effect, and I'm just kind of winging it here based upon what I've seen several people do, but I didn't go back and check their stuff. So it could very well be that I'm doing this very, very wrong. All right, so that means that these are also going to have to come out. These ones right here. Okay. And that one right there. That'll take us to the level we need here. I kind of enclosed this so that we can get an idea here. So now that all of this is done, maybe we wait until nighttime so I don't have a bunch of beavers running by there that I could accidentally concuss. I would like to take these two out and put a couple of platforms in there because that'll get us all the way across then as we build things. I should have thought of that while I was... We've almost got that one done, and then they'll be done right there. And I think I don't think we actually need these top two. I think I put them in as more of a... Oopsie, just in case are we flooding things kind of thing. So I don't think we need those top two. All right, so for right now, we're going to leave that open, and then our water will be able to spill off of here and come down. Might flood a little bit in here with our next. All right, so they're all done there. We are into night. I'm going to go ahead and boosh that up. Ooh, 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 ooh. I thought they were all by. Oh! We got a hole there. That's a bit of a problem. Okay. That's a big problem. All right, let's get, we need double platforms right here. Okay, and then we're gonna need to fill this in. So I need a single... Wait, hold on. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to get down in there and take those stairs out. Too far from district. Yes, I know they're too far from district. Can I stick a... ladder in right there? Let's high prioritize that. All right, and then we are running... Let's go ahead and get some of these water wheels put in. I needed to turn the piece and... Oh, is it because of the paths? It doesn't like the paths? I'm assuming so. Okay, and then we've got... one there. Let's pause that for a second. All right, I got to figure out this. So this needs to come down 2, that needs to come down 1, that needs to come down 1. Then underneath of here is where we're going to need to start a step down to the next row. That's going to have to come out. That's going to have to come out. Oh, those silly beavers, they're working on that. Do we... These are all high prioritized. Ugh. They're working on the wall down here. You can see them running through there to work on this wall. Like, really? Like, really? Are we out of explosives? No. Let's also put a priority on those. We don't really need those per se. All right, actually, we don't need all of this taken out. So let's, we need that one. We don't need those ones. That means we don't need, it's gonna be to there and there, right? These two. I'm wondering what I actually need there. We're only dropping one tile. We're not dropping... All right, come on. Can we get down here and get this demolished? Not high prioritized. That would be why it's not getting done. I want those in so that we can get our power lines like strung between these. Because we're going to have to put in one here. And we'll also have to put one in here. Oh, those goofy beavers. That is not, like, I'm gonna have to... Did somebody get that? They did. Okay, so let's get that blocked up. And actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat it. I'm gonna put in a platform. And then I'm just gonna put a levee on top of that. We'll let them get that built. I kind of need to prioritize it, don't I? All right, we have 15.2 days and I wanted to have at least this stuff done. Oops, not that. So I'm going to pop priority on these so that they leave that other stuff alone. I think that's going to create a bit of an issue up in here. Oh well, that's what I get for not putting priorities on things. We'll open this section with that next drought, and then we will work on the rest of this. I would speed it up, but then I speed up my drought time as well, and I don't really want to do that. I know. All right, this over here, we need to figure it out. 2, that goes to the same level, that goes to the same level. We're just going to have to do these. It's too far from district. How is it too far from district? You can reach it from right there. Because I disconnected the path, eh? All right, let's give those ones super duper high priority so they get that out of there. Let's go ahead and, oopsies, take that one off of pause so they start working on it. Did we get that in? That's all in. Now we need to get these out of the way. Very micromanagey today. Take that out. Can we get those supplies back, please? And then we need to do... another levy in there. Oh no, I just made those supplies go someplace we're never gonna see them again, didn't I? Yeah, there they are. Can we just destroy those so that they aren't taunting me now? All right. We'll have them get that done. It's part of that whole windy hole that we found that one episode. Let's go back up. This guy, did we high prioritize them? No, we didn't. We can't put in the next one until that's done. We can detonate that, that, and that. And now that makes that level with that. All right. And then this is where that passer is going to come through, where our water is going to ease to the next level. This is what I'm uncertain on. I almost think that this one also has to be a 2 at the bare minimum. That takes all of this to that level. Then we can futz around in here and figure out how low we need to make this. We might have to do some over top of these guys in order to get to there when the time comes to put in dynamite and stuff like that. But we can go ahead and we can build from basically this point on all of that stuff, I think. But I'd rather have them working on these wheels. Let's get the wheels in there. And this levee so I can stick the next wheel in. Logs, planks, how are we doing on both of those things? Logs, we're at 5. We're a little low on logs. Not gonna lie, a little low on logs. Planks. Planks we have plenty of. But logs we're running a little saucy on. So does we have everything down here is already chopped down. That's part of our problem. Okay, so let's go up a couple levels to the tree section over here. That has a few that can be cut down. Can we not get to them? No, we have a ladder right there. Do we not have a lumberjack up here? We do. Why don't we open another one? I think part of it is that we just don't have a path back there. All right, but we do have like all of this in here that we could cut. Oh, sorry. That guy only goes to there. Why don't we go ahead and throw another... It's not going to get us a ton. And mark if we use the right tool. And all of this. Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. All of those inventors should be closed. We don't really need those. Let's go ahead and pop priority on this guy. Let me check. No one can reach this over here because we don't have a way down to it. So can we... Is there anywhere here that we can put a ladder in this section? No, there isn't. Like, what is going on here? There's no place. Like, we'll have to wait until this guy cuts some of this, and then we can also add that to his section, because none of that can get cut. We also could throw somebody over here. I think they can reach over here. This guy can plant up here, so why don't we have him planting? Good question. I think it's probably because it goes bad. All right, so he can get all the way back to there. So let's go ahead and push. Okay, let's come down here. Oh, our water's too low over here. How are we doing on the contamination? 0%? Really? This guy's not pumping anything anymore? Yeah, he's still pumping something. Don't tell me he's not pumping. He's pumping. It doesn't say... Is it just because they're not in there? We're down to 10k water. We started with a full, everything full at 11k. So I don't think we're... Oop, we've run out of bad water again. I really wonder... hold on, let's, there we go. Okay, now we can see a little bit better. I'm going to... Just for our sake, it's probably gonna be a little bit overkill because we have the sluice there. Water pumps. I'm gonna pop one of those in here and give it a better priority. So we actually have something in here that tells us the true. Hey, 2 of them are in. Let's go ahead and throw the 3rd one in here. Come on. Oh, path. Path! Let's get that out of there, and then let's get that next power wheel in here. Very good, very nice. All right, and then let's get that high prioritized as well. Oh, we only have that secondary part. Okay, then. Did we ever get connected up? No. Oh, that's why. I'm like, I keep seeing them run that way, and I'm like, wait a second. You can come right from the industrial district. But that's because I never put in a path. My gosh, we have so much stuff over here. What's supposed to be in here? Scrap metal, scrap metal, scrap... We're out of scrap metal? Hold on. Hold on. Do we... Okay. We don't have any scrap metal up here either. We've got one scrap metal. That's pretty crazy. Okay, I didn't realize we were running like that. It's all right. We have 296 metal blocks, so I'm not like super worried about it. And we're not currently building anything that's taking up a lot of metal blocks. I know we used a lot to make this guy here, so I'm not exceedingly worried about that. And if we're going to have like more stuff out this way, then we'll probably add an extension to it this way. All right, that seems to be helping a little bit. All right, so the other thing is going to be is we're going to need to put in that 2 here to extend the thing. And you know what I'm actually thinking? If we, before they get started on this, if we take up those 2 and those 2, then I can put in, I know it doesn't make a huge lot of sense, but it will in a second. If we put priority on those 2 to secondary, then they'll fill in those. We can put in the 2 platforms, and then we won't have to worry about any funkiness over here. All of these ones over here will have to be filled in, of course. Oh, they got that in. Let's take a peek and see what it says the actual contamination level is in there. And 2%. So it just must not be able to reach it. Is that what it's trying to say? So we'll follow what the contamination says in there. And it currently says 2%. So it can keep pumping. It can keep pumping. And I guess if we're telling it that we could be open for 1% contamination, we are consistently going to have to run this guy to make sure that there's no contamination in there. No. We might attach that stream gauge and do all of that fun stuff. All right. We have 10 days and we are, we have 60% of this left. So hopefully we can keep up with that. I think we should be able to. We could throw down a lumberjack right here and take out these pines. But I think, oh, nope, he can't reach there. Like, I think maybe this tapper shack is covering it, but no, they're not. This area on here might be a good area to put in, some more pines. He can reach some of that. Maybe we just leave the berries. It's all right. It's fine. It's okay. If we had dirt, I would put dirt on top of here and plant some trees. I'm half tempted to come over here and just push back this whole corner. But I know that this becomes contaminated, and part of the reason it's not planted over here is contamination or dry out. All right, how are we doing here? 70%. We only have 30% to go. Yay! And we just barely have exposed the top of the stream gauge. We already have a depth of over 2 tiles, 2.5 tiles. So I think that's a pretty good. We still have a little well of contamination in there, which I find crazy. All right, another thing, we've got all these berries that are sitting here untapped, that if we had storage for them, they could be used. So I'm wondering if we just don't... Of course not, because there's one single tree in the way. Oh, they got those two in. Oh, look, it's all complete here. Now we just need to get in the spindles, the power shafts. Do I want to do a vertical? I don't think we can put a path on top of a vertical. Right? That if we had like stairs going up and over it, I think we still have to have a... Oh, I can't remember. Will it let you or not? Stick one there where we... Oh, we can. Hold on. What are you doing, Beaver? I had that paused. Like, I didn't pause that one, so... Oh, no. You silly goober beavers. Okay. What was I doing? Power. We need the power in. So let's get this. I prioritized. All right. We can... Oh, if I detonate that, it's going to detonate that. Oh, I can take this one out. We don't need that. Goober beavers. Oh, we need one on there as well, because that's part of the... Okay, they got that in, so now we can take out this one. Yes, sorry, Bob. And we can put in another vertical. Very good, very nice. Oh, I need to... Are we almost to nighttime? Oh, we're out of explosives again. Gosh darn it. Okay, I think it's nighttime. I think I can... All right, now we can go ahead and put in those two platforms. I'm like, for a second there, I was like, why did I just do that? But that's why. Sometimes I get ahead of myself in the thinking, and then I'm like, wait, what was I doing? Kind of need to watch the catalyst too, since that's for our these guys as well. Did we ever? Yes, we did. Detonate. And then we were putting in, what was it, a medium? Yes. Flip the door, boosh. Right, and then we were gonna put catalyst here for these guys. So we've got water, we got catalyst. Berries are right here. Let's go ahead and throw in another advanced breeding pod because we were so smart to pause that. We haven't really gained very many beavers, so I'm kind of like I think we kind of need to push for that now. So we've left this open. We can put in some stairs on either side here. And get over the top of these and get to the other side. Because we'll be able to put boosh, boosh, and that will keep our path connected. All right, that one is in. I'm gonna go ahead and since they we have a lot of them running around right now, I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. All right, they're working on that. That's for blueberries. That'll get these guys over here that are sitting on their bottoms working without a problem. We actually could actively move them back here to this space. If we were so inclined. All right, we need a couple more explosives right here now and right here. And we also need to put those up on priority. I'm half tempted to come in here and take that out because I want the water to be able to flow that way unimpeded. And we already kind of have an issue with this piece right here. We literally are giving them one block to ease through. That might cause some flooding issues. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, we're out of... Oopsies. Not what I meant to do. I don't think these are running because we are out of... We are out of bad water completely now. How's this guy doing? They're making it as they get the little bits from this guy, but he, like, literally, they're coming in taking it as soon as he takes it. We're still at 2%. I kind of feel like we almost need another one in there to clear it. I kind of wanted to get that clear. All right. I'm actually... Whoa, what the heck, game? Oh my god, that was so bad. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, we need that one out of there. Let's demolish that. We need to have that water be able to come through here. I just wasn't able to visualize whether or not we were going to have enough space for that. All right. Oh, look at them. They are just busy beavers getting all those berries into the warehouses. Oh, look at our little parade of beavers. A little parade of beavers coming. We'll go ahead and let them put that stuff in. And then, oh, they got that blockage out of there. So now we can put in the... Oh my god, we're down to 100 logs. That's not super great. That's not super great at all. Yeah. Okay, so this is where our water's gonna come out. So we actually don't need these ones right here. I went a little bit overboard there. Because those will be the ease out into the next layer. I think... We're looking a little low on food again, too. We had a little bit of a die-off. So our numbers dropped a little bit. But we're staying kind of like even at that 82-ish. So I think that means that we need to... I've been using the baby beavers as kind of like a let's not grow too fast thing because they're there. But it's still... I think we need to look at the food situation a little bit more. How is this down here doing? Not super great because I bet you we fell below. Yep. We've just fallen below our intake here. That is to keep our reservoir from being drained by this area down here. Now this guy should still theoretically pop on at the correct levels to keep this from going dry. Do we not have these marked for cutting? Nope. Of course not. Of course not. Here we are struggling for logs and I don't even have everything marked for cutting. It's all right. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Totally fine. All right, so if we're going to be building over here, and thank you, Tonia, for letting me know that, yes, if I put the gravity batteries up here, there is an infinite cord. So we would have a ton of power if we put gravity batteries up here, if we dynamited through just this outside edge and then just went straight above that with the gravity batteries. That would be a really good way to go for a lot of power for the periods when we really need the power. Because I would like to turn this guy back on. All right, so then our next level, let's take a peek here. Let's see if we can't like figure out where it needs to go next. So to there, we're gonna come down the 1 again, so to this level. So all of that needs to go. It will be, let's go ahead and put in a, I should have done that to begin with. Silly, silly me. Okay, so we're going to be taking down this level, this level. We're going to have to build that whole wall again for that next level. Because we're going to take off this little bit. Until I get this. Let's just do that. Let's take out this one. All right. We are going to still need that, so I can't do anything with that quite yet. We are 4.6 days from the end of the drought. We're down to 9.7k in water. We still are holding kind of steady with 4k in food. We've been holding steady that way for a while. Scrap metal has come up considerably. Explosives, of course, we are out of. Because we are out of bad water. We have 3 bad water pumps, and that is not enough for us. It's not enough. I think we're not pumping from a pure bad water source, so we're getting a little bit of a production reduction. You know what? These guys don't need to be I should tie those to a stream gauge and be like, make it so that when the stuff comes back, they can do it. They're going to town on this. That wasn't really my intention, but hey, it is what it is. We're probably going to need to put a ladder or something up here for them to reach that. Boosh. Okay, so right here, then let's move the path so that I can actually like see what I'm doing here. All right, so we need to come. Well, the first row is the whatchamacallit. So this is gonna be it's gonna go down one. We're gonna have a vertical power shaft. Right here. And then also right here. Okay. Then starts the thing there, which means that we have to, unfortunately, fill that in so the water doesn't rush into there and create a hole. That kind of sucks. It's already going to kind of tuck into those. And then we've got here. We're going to have to change this. Right, like that. And then this one's gonna need a 2. These ones are gonna need 1s, right? That's the first row. Then we're gonna need a double platform here and here. And then we're gonna have to wall. They can reach that one from there, that one from there. We are going through so many levees. All right, I just need that for my view. We're gonna have to extend this path over this way, then this way, around this way. So they will come get all of this stuff over here. Oh my gosh, we're down to 72 logs. Okay, I'm going to, let's see here. Holy cats. Pause for just a second. I need to come through here and pause some of this next level stuff so that they will not build it. Because we're getting a little tiny bit ahead of ourselves since we have no logs. Okay. We are going to need to come over here with a path. Boosh. And let's stick a ladder in right there. Can I turn, please? Okay. That will allow us to get up into there and get that dynamite placed. Although they can place that dynamite from right there. Why? Oh my gosh, game. Come on. Why am I worried about that section when they can place the dynamite from up there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Probably screaming at your screen about that, weren't you? We'll leave that for right now because they'll need to get this way to do those guys. All right, so that's our opening from this to here into the next section. So we'll have to do a whole nother run on that wall then. But I'm going to leave it for the moment. Let's get going again. We have 2.9 days. We have 9.5 water. We still have a contamination level of 2%. All right. So I think at that rate, let's see here. We just need a little 4. Water, bad water. Whoop. Boosh. Okay, we're gonna just throw another one in and see if we can't get that so that we're not contaminating everything. All right, these here can be gone. There is nothing in them. Oh, they're still working on that. Okay, then. Silly beavers. We have a choke point right here that's, I think, is going to be a problem. With the water coming out of here, we might end up flooding this area right here, which is really not such a great thing. But we shall see, I guess, what the deal is. Alrighty. It's nighttime. All our little beavers are sleeping. We're going through a lot of power down here, which is part of our issue. And we're just barely meeting our, just a little bit over our demand. We're gonna lose a whole bunch of beavers as soon as it pops back, because these ones always say unpause, even though we probably won't have water for a bit, and I'll have to run back through and kind of pause them. We'll get some water from over here, but but these ones will all pop back on so that we can get to work refilling all of the tanks, which doesn't feel like we've lost that much. Like, this one's empty, that one's empty, this one's almost empty. But I honestly, I don't feel like we've lost and exceeding much. Logs, gears, and metal blocks. I think we're still working on some platforms there. Logs are going to kind of be our hold up here for the next little bit as we nearly finished that one. I didn't pause it, so that's my own fault. All right, so we'll have to watch this corner here and see if we are getting a bit of a bottleneck. I don't see how, with how slow this comes through here, it's going to be a huge problem, but we might need to come in here and, for the moment, kind of like ease this passage, take off maybe this corner. I think we have an extra deep hole right there that might end up, maybe not, maybe it is one, might end up causing a problem when we get to that point. Let's go ahead and finish off our levees here, as much as I don't really want to. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. We don't need that one. We don't need those two. That's going to be our opening. We're going to need one more. Actually, this is going to have to come across there, isn't it? There we go. All right, and then our next section of wall is going to come down straight across there. And then we'll have another section of wall over here for that second run. All right, we got 0.4 days. Thankfully, that'll mean that we'll hopefully soon start getting some more bad water so that we can do it. But I want to see this run before we go for today. And we are so close to that. So, sorry, a little bit of coughing jig there. We won't be able to do anything more until we get more bad water and more dynamite built back up. But we should be able to see if we're going to flood the whole entire world with this narrowing of this area. We took out a considerable chunk. We took out 2 whole blocks here. But we did skinny it down to there. So I'm hoping that we go from 2 blocks to 1 block right there. That's going to be our choke point. And see how bad that ends up being. But it will take a little bit for that to happen because of these guys. So maybe we just do a whoop. Drought ended. There comes some water. So that guy's gonna start pouring it into there. This guy's gonna start pouring it into there. What does it say? Our current contamination level is 1. So it's gonna take a minute because we're shuffling a lot of it into here and it's not going over to here. We've got that set at 0.5. Maybe we just do a little test. yeah, it's still not really doing anything because of it being shuffled into here. So that's kind of a bit of a bummer, but we kind of do want the fresh, clean water that's popping out there right now to end up into our reservoir. So that's fine. It's fine. I just want to see it. Just want to see it. Now, what if we come up to... Woo! Okay, that was a little close. The water has started flowing to here. I'm having issues today. It does take us considerable amount of time to fill up to overflow, though. It needs to get all the way up to here to do that, to that level. So that does mean that it takes so long. But it's all right. I wanted to see it work, but I think we're going to run into it will take forever for the water to get here. So I guess we are going to have to see that in the next one. Because we really don't have time to wait for that. We also will hopefully get our log supply built back up a little bit here. Maybe I will let things kind of run in the background a little bit here between the next 2 episodes to see if we can't get a little bit more of our supplies built back up, since we really kind of kicked it in the butt today and took all the logs and all the dynamite, and see if we can't get that stuff built back up a little bit without us doing 12 million things for a little while. All right. So I want to say thank you for watching. I know this was a bit of a boring one, and I said that I might possibly do this off camera. But because of that little mistake I made, I thought I better come back on camera so that when you came back, it was completely different from what we originally looked at. So once again, thank you for coming. I love seeing them. I love seeing them go through the tube-way here. It looks so cool when you got a whole bunch of them heading back and forth. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.